Sasquatch, whatever you call it, hundreds of people search for it around the world.
Bigfoot world's pretty open-minded.
Perfect habitat for Squatch to live.
For decades, people have claimed they saw a strange man-like, oversized primate in the woods.
They're having gay sex by my barn. It's like a fucking bathhouse or something.
See some actual evidence.
And another wrong step and we alert Bigfoot, and he comes right after us.
That I searched through many an MP3 file to ascertain that it was actually a fox that I'd recorded.
Nobody will believe me. If I call the police, they're gonna tell me I'm fucking making it up. 1,127.
I've shot and killed 2 of them.
That there's a
Just Kelly.
Bigfoot that's, what, eating things in the woods?
You would have known.
Right, you would have gotten some kind of video or footage. I don't like this.
Bigfoot, Bigfoot. Okay, not that Bigfoot, that Bigfoot. Bigfoot. In 1958, the Humboldt Times published a story about letters they'd been receiving from a group of hikers in California. These hikers seemed to have found some mysterious footprints in the woods. Oh really? And get this, the footprints were over 16 inches long.
That's quite big.
The writer of the letter actually referred to this mystery as the Bigfoot, and thus the legend of Bigfoot was born. The hunt was afoot. I walked myself out, I'm very sorry. Now, as far as urban legends and creatures of that nature go, Bigfoot's pretty well known, you know, he's like the Dwayne Rock Johnson of mythical creatures.
Finally! Yeah.
And you would think that in a legend that's had a lifespan of over 60 years, we would have some compelling evidence to show for it.
There are a lot more pieces of evidence that point to something being left out there than there are to debunk something being out there.
That's person. Now that's just a block. Come on now. But maybe, I thought, maybe we're looking in the wrong place. Finally, we might have answers to the biggest mystery of all time. It's time to comb through that side of YouTube again and avoid these like family-friendly channels where like grown adults act like this.
There's a serious emergency going on! Bigfoot, Logan! Bigfoot!
I'm not looking for that. No one should. Ever. So on my hunt to find Bigfoot on YouTube, I came across this person known as Peter Kane's Dog Training. That's right, he's a dog trainer and he makes content based around the behaviour and training of dogs. He also has a pet bird, Sam.
Is the raven still alive? It's fucking rude. First of all, his name is fucking Sam, okay? He's a family member. Do you say that like, is your kid still alive? Do you say it like that, Dick? Is the raven still alive? Fuck you!
I love this video so much. I wonder how much he costs. Now you're not going to believe me when I tell you this, but Pierre here has a frozen corpse of a Bigfoot. That's right, a real one.
When my father shot the Bigfoot, September 23rd, 1953. My father shot the Bigfoot in 1953. They had to cut it up.
And he showed it off in loads of videos. You know, he showed its head, he showed its limbs, he's milked its dick.
A lot of interest in the Bigfoot penis from women, but mostly guys. And I figured that if I could get a little bit of the Bigfoot jizz out, just a little bit, maybe it's viable. I do have a friend. I think she would, you know, go for it. You know, a hot Bigfoot injection, and maybe she could carry a hybrid.
Okay, obviously there's a level of satire here. You know, he knows what he's doing. We know what he's doing. It's all fun and games.
Milk it like a cow, come on.
To me, this looks like what started as a quick joke to kind of show off his sculpting abilities has turned into some weird prison for this man. Like, you can't take a thing this man says seriously, and it gets weirder and weirder. Like, sometimes he's discussing about what Bigfoot did to him the night before.
This is where it happened, back here in this dry creek bed. That's when I saw the female Sasquatch. Knocked me down on the ground, ripping my clothes off me. She started like jerking the ween, like comparable to like a big hairy Russian woman. She starts giving me a knobber. You know, I blew my load. I blew my load in the Sasquatch. As soon as I did that, she got up and she starts blowing me again. I bust a nut again. Now, I didn't know what to do at this point. I'm like, what do I do? I've been raped by a Bigfoot? Do I call the police? What do I do? It sucks, man. I felt like I couldn't get fucking clean. Nobody will believe me. If I call the police, they're gonna tell me I'm fucking making it up. Fucking horrible. That's the the tree that she knocked down after the first time, after I busted my load into her.
And then there's like weird romantic subplots.
I'm on my way.
The best way I can describe this channel is, have you ever been like watching something or had like autoplay on and you fall asleep and then you kind of come to and wake up and something really fucking weird's going on that you didn't expect?
They were having sex and I thought it was just him trying to hide, and when I got closer I noticed that there was another Sasquatch on its knees blowing the Bigfoot. And then as soon as he blows his nut, he stops like shuddering. The Bigfoot that was on its knees stands up, and it's another male Bigfoot. He spits fucking jizz on the ground.
Peter here is not for everyone, and he's completely aware of that.
I came to the conclusion years ago that not everybody's gonna like me, and I don't really care.
But he's very entertaining, and also if you ever need your dog trained, maybe look out for him.
You're talking to me, aren't you? Back off.
So I wasn't even going to record this video, but I honestly can't even comprehend what I saw last night.
Wait, what's happening? Dr. Hannah Street. Doctor? Oh, she's a pharmacist. Okay, she's a glorified drug dealer. Mushroom coffee, right, okay.
I'm not going to disclose where because I don't want a million people coming out here trying to figure out what I possibly saw. And tonight, I want to stay up all night. Figured it's the perfect opportunity for me to stay up with my Dr. Straight instant mushroom coffee with 7 superfood mushrooms.
I don't want to sound mean or I'm putting someone down, but if I ever got a doctorate and became an official doctor and you found me faking Bigfoot catching on YouTube, put me down, please. Okay, maybe you're watching this and you're thinking, hey, I want to get into the Bigfoot game. I want to hunt Bigfoot. How do I get started? I've actually compiled a list for you so you know what to do and how to get into this to fit in with the rest of the Bigfoot hunters. Okay, number 1, you got to be over 50 years old. Number 2, you have to be a white man. Number 3, you have to own way too much camouflage. And number 4, you have to have way too much fucking free time.
Can you tell us how this lawsuit came about?
Well, it's been over 12 years I've been going to Fish and Wildlife and telling them, you know, here's evidence, here's video footage. So now I'm suing them, starting in British Columbia, for dereliction of duty. Just the same way you'd sue a police officer who's not enforcing the law when it's his job to do so.
Todd Standing has dedicated most of his life to proving that Bigfoot is real. And now he says he has evidence and wants to go to court to present it.
I'm going to go to court to prove 2 things with PhDs, police officers, fingerprint experts, forensic experts.
Bigfoot will do some crazy things to you. Meet Mr. Franzano.
But the only thing making noise out here is me.
He used to be a taxi driver who wrote a blog and made a vlog about his lifestyle as a taxi driver.
Hey folks, Tim Fasano here, cab taxi driver.
Compelling stuff. A mild-mannered taxi driver by day, but by also day, he hunts the Bigfoot, or at least Florida's equivalent of it.
My name's Tim Fasano. I'm a nature photographer from Tampa, Florida. I use the same tactics that hunters use, except for I'm looking for a very elusive animal. Part legend, part myth, part folklore, whatever you want to call it. It's called the skunk ape, the southern version of the Sasquatch and the Bigfoot.
He's created over 1,300 videos of him searching for Bigfoot. The best recording in modern era? Holy shit, really?
Wow, look at that.
What? Now here is someone who truly believes they are going to find Bigfoot.
I did hear a response and I recorded it. It was pointed out to me that what actually had responded was perhaps a bobcat that I had scared the shit out of.
Gear unboxings, vlogs, getting really angry at millennials for some reason.
The reason the young guys today, millennials, they lack ambition. So I'm convinced it's because of internet porn.
Finding portals. It's all there. Oh, I didn't explain portals to you. Okay, I don't know how deep you are in the Bigfoot lore, right? But right, so there's a theory within the Bigfoot community, bear with me, that the Bigfoot is an interdimensional being, and one of the reasons that we haven't found them or can't get a glimpse of them is because they use portals that they can summon to traverse the multiverse, and that is the reason that we can't catch Bigfoot.
God, where am I now?
Coming this summer, Spider-Man No Way. Holy shit, is that Bigfoot? Now Tim here quickly became one of the most respected and well-known characters within the Florida Bigfoot community, and for good reason. He's smart, he's funny, and he's dedicated as a motherfucker. And this would be a passion of Tim's all the way to the end, because sadly in 2019, Tim here passed away at the age of 63.
I can see the birds flying up all around in the sky. Just sitting here in peace.
And he's left a legacy behind. And I think that's one thing that's you could take from this and a positive thing and move forward. It's gonna be hard to navigate through some of the hard times and these feelings. Do you hear that? That's an owl.
This wonderful man here decided to spend the remaining years of his life hunting a big hairy man in the woods that might not exist. That's what he chose to do. Like, you could have done he could have been golfing, could have been like going on holidays or something, spend time with his friends and that, but no, big hairy man in the woods that might not exist. I love it. I love it so much. I think about my own life and I think about how there's nothing in this world that I think I'm as passionate about as this man was over something that might not exist. And I think, wow, maybe I'm too cynical and I find everything pointless. Like I would find this so pointless. But maybe one day I'll find something that's not, you know. Maybe one day I'll find something that I care about as much as Tim here cared about Bigfoot. You know, maybe we all will find something cool to do. Maybe I guess we're all just hunting for Bigfoot. Yeah, that's it. We're all hunting for Bigfoot in our own way. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.
There were 3 gay black men that were killed in Seminole Heights.